right now, and I wanted to just do a little talk about self care. Don't neglect yourself. And I thought this was really important because, I'm trying to build back better, for lack of a better word. So I did this thing called Ilu mask. If you guys remember, I did this little corrosion cleaning stream. It does work. I haven't been too consistent with it, but I do think this works. I have the acne one, and the acne one works really great. What it is, it's a mask where it has like these UV phototherapy kind of lights, and it's supposed to make you, like, in 4 weeks, it's supposed to make your skin look better. And I've had this for a number of years. I didn't open it. My first one got corroded. My second one got corroded too. I cleaned it up on stream, and it works. So this thing only works for about 28 more times. Then it's rendered uh, obsolete. It really sucks. But the good thing is that there's a hack about it, and when I get around to it, I'll show you what the hack is. It's a little finicky, but I just wanted to just talk and then do this kind of stuff too, so that way I can have two birds, one stone. So all I'm gonna do is, this is what it's called. It is discontinued, okay? Now, if you're gonna buy one and it's gonna be in box, 100%, this thing will be corroded because the batteries are actually already installed in here. So you figure with this stuff, it's been discontinued. I mean, like, the dates for this is mostly like 2012. That's the copyright date. You figure it's like 9 years or so. Unsurprisingly, 9 years of batteries in here, you're gonna have corrosion, and it's not good. I was really lucky with this one because it wasn't too bad. They use some kind of cheap generic batteries like Excel or something like that. So all I'm going to do is, if you guys can see it, I've already washed my face. I'm gonna put this on my face, wait 15 minutes, and then it's gonna turn off, and the counter from 28, as you guys could see, is gonna turn down to 27. After I'm done, then I'm gonna put on my face serum, and that is that. We'll see how this thing goes. It's pretty cool. You can see the lights over here. I'm not gonna be able to really read chat because these things are here, but while I do one of these talks, let's see. Yeah, this looks a little funny, does it not? Can you guys see me? Yeah, you guys can see me. Okay, so I'm gonna have this on, and I'm gonna spend those 15 minutes just chatting. I don't know if you guys are gonna hear me. I think I'm gonna sound kind of like weird, but there's a reason why I'm doing it like this, okay? Okay, so let's see. So you can see the light turns on, okay? So I'm not really gonna be able to read chat for obvious reasons. You can see there's no light over here. I'm completely blind in that sense. I just see basically darkness. That's it. So the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this today, and I hope that chat is working, I hope my stream's on, I'm on data, is because I think sometimes people go through life and they neglect themselves, especially if they're going through a tough time. It's easy to think that we don't really have much uh, worth at times. It's easy for us to just forget about ourselves. And when we forget about ourselves, it is one of the worst things that can happen to us, because imagine this, right? Imagine if I'm depressed, or imagine anyone who's depressed, right? They don't feel good. So they don't take a shower for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. By the time 7 day hits, they're going to be in such a bad mental state that they're going to not be able to move forward. I have known people who have had depression and haven't taken a shower in about 1 week or so. And these people, when I see them, they look like walking depression, and they lose track of time really easy. It's actually much worse than me. But, I've also seen people who just kind of stay silent about things, and instead of opening up, they just kind of clam up. So, for all the people who are depressed or going through a tough time, or just, feeling like you don't really want to move forward, I would highly suggest to dig deep and find the courage and the strength to do that, because you are not making your life any better if you don't move forward. You see, you're not improving your life if you just kind of lie in bed all day, or you think to yourself, okay, I'm just not going to do certain things. And neglecting yourself is not showing respect to yourself either, right? You got to figure it this way. I think sometimes people get depressed because they're not where they want to be in life. And I think a lot of people suffer that kind of mental conflict inside of their brain, where they have this idealized version of where they envision themselves and then where the reality is. And when you have this disconnect or so, right, if you feel like instead of it being this close, it's like this close, you have hopelessness. And when there's hopelessness, people don't want to put the work in because they just see it as futile. You know, they say like, why should I put the work in? I'm a loser. You know, I suck at this. You know, you have people who say stuff like, I try drawing and I suck at drawing and I can't draw, so I'm just going to talk bad to myself instead of trying to move forward. And a lot of people fall into those pitfalls where they just refuse to move forward for whatever reason. They over emotionalize, and I am one of those people as well. So, as I mentioned in my streams, I wanted to guys give you a visual for this because, as funny as it looks, right, it's me trying to invest in myself. The most important investment I can make in my life is really in myself, and it's not my stock portfolio. It's not anything else. The most expensive thing that I have in my life is myself. It's my life. And if I don't have a good mindset, I think that I'm really shortchanging myself and shortchanging my purpose in the world. So that's why you're seeing me just really expose myself and just be so vulnerable, because I want to be better. You know, I want to just put this stuff out there, and I'm hoping that maybe something will resonate within someone. And if they ever feel like not doing something, or they just want to like not take a shower for a week, or they don't want to get out of bed, maybe they'll see this silly stream and then they'll think like, yeah, you know what, yeah, maybe I'll put on what the equivalent of a face mask is, and just spend that time just trying to be better. I've been also, thanks to the advice that I've received, and I've also been eating more. I have to force myself to eat more. My hunger is not really there. Um, Ever since I got sick, my hunger has been like muted. I drink a lot of water. My thirst is there, but my hunger isn't really there. So I've been drinking double protein shakes. I've been eating more food. And I have been gaining weight. So I think right now, before at my lowest, I think I was about 111.8, and now I'm about 113.4. Normally, I like being around the 119 range, 117, 119 range, even up to 120, up to 121. But you know, I really let myself go because I just wasn't maintaining certain habits. Even something like not eating regularly really affects me psychologically, because if I don't eat, then I just like my brain, right? My brain, my health, everything is all interconnected with nutrition. So all that thing, right? It makes me feel insecure because I'm not where I want to be, but I just think to myself like one day at a time, one step at a time, and I feel uneasy. You know, I'm not going to tell you that I feel super confident, but you know, life is not meant to be easy. I think that now that I think about it, right? Like I've done a lot of talking, I've done a lot of reflecting, I've done a lot of getting help. The moment that life is super easy and the moment that I don't challenge myself, I fear that I will stagnate. And it's not that I can't take breaks, but I always have to try to be better, you know, continuously improve. And I'm not going to be obsessed about it, like, oh, okay, you know, like it's coming out of insecurity, but I think that I've been given great opportunities in my life in terms of the stuff that the people that I have in my life. You know, I've been blessed with having health. I've been blessed with having, you know, just being able to see another day. That I don't want to squander it. You know, it's like depression is really one of those things that when people get into it, they can get really stuck. And I've seen people fall apart because of their mind. I've seen people achieve great things with their mind, but I've also seen people fall apart. And for me, I want to be one of those people that just lives a really full life. And I can look back at life and say, you know, I tried. You know, I really did try, and I think that I will be successful in my life. It's just right now, it's like I gotta like focus, right? I gotta focus on like seeing, as someone so wisely mentioned, seeing the light. And not really not really getting distracted by feelings. Um, but I can get very emotional at times, and sometimes my emotions override logic, and that's one of my downfalls for myself. And I don't want you guys to do that either. You know, if you're one of those people who get just overtly emotional and you just let logic fly out the window, um, it's not good. It's not good at all, because then you will just be trapped to your own emotions. And sometimes people don't accomplish what they want to accomplish in life because of their emotions. They let it get to them, and then it paralyzes them, and then they feel like a loser, and then they just stay as one. So yeah, this is just a small part of thing, but since I have 15 minutes and I have to close my eyes and I can't do much, I simply wanted to talk about it. And 15 minutes, it seems like such a long time when I have this right in front of me. Like, I'm closing my eyes, I can still see kind of like a purple light, but it's really very short. It's really something when you have like your sight covered up and you just have to kind of like look within. And I realize like sometimes it gets kind of scary, because it's like looking within can be some of the scariest things. You know, it's easy to just like do this and do that and do that, but once you like self-reflect and you kind of ask yourself, am I doing what I want to do? You know, am I putting my best effort in? You know, if I'm not, why is that? Am I letting emotions paralyze me? It can be a pretty terrifying place. So yeah, I accept all my flaws. I'm working on my flaws, and I'm moving forward. And although I do get anxiety and I do get scared, I'm just I'm just moving forward because I want to have a better quality of life. And yeah, there's been many things where I've felt very scared um, over the past 2 weeks about things. And even now, I feel a little uncomfortable, but I just got to work through those emotions, and just achieve the things that I want to achieve. And I think that achievement will really be solace. And I hope that you guys do the same thing. Don't live your life stuck in your head. Don't don't wall up. Don't see things as you have to be forever like that. But for people, as I've mentioned in previous streams, it's easier to not change than to force yourself to change. And I think that that can be the downfall of some people's mental health. I truly believe that. So, reach out to people, get mental health support, get a support system, do some soul searching, figure out, are you being toxic to yourself, and in turn being not the greatest person to people around you, and then work on that kind of thing, because life is too short to just have like a lot of negative feelings within us. Choose to be positive. I'm trying. It's not easy, but I really am trying. And yeah, I know how my videos come out. I had this idea that I'll make a focused YouTube channel, and I'm straying off to focus on mental health instead of what I wanted to do. I gotta really make a playlist about this. But I hope that as I work on myself, I hope that as changes come in my life, I hope that you guys see it too, and maybe you'll just see these little changes happen, and then maybe you guys will say, well, yeah, Erica was a total mess at one point, um, but she really did try to get out of it, and I do feel very confident about the goal being achieved. It's just right now, it's like I'm working through my head, just like this kind of thing. But yeah, it's not easy, but life is not meant to be easy for everybody. And I think sometimes when we achieve things, it's once we achieve things, we kind of forget about the hardships in the way, or it makes the hardship seem worth it. And that's what I'm hoping for myself. I don't even know how long that was. Like I said, I can't see, but I hope that my stream is still up, because I'm completely blind right now. I will laugh if well, I won't laugh. I'll probably cringe if I look over here and it says stream disconnected. I'm like, oh, for frick's sake. Actually, let me see. Well, stream's still on. Okay, sorry you guys, I damaged my eyes. I had to look. I didn't really damage my eyes. It was just for like a second or something. But yeah, um, just just keep going forward. That's the best advice that I have been getting from a lot of people, and people have told me. I have gotten numerous people telling me that one of the biggest mistakes I did was neglect myself and lose myself and not work on myself. And I see a lot of this stuff as me just trying to regain control and just be better. And yeah, so that's the positive about it. But it's really, something that makes me feel very vulnerable to talk about, because I know on YouTube people like to hear about happy things. They want to hear about motivating things. They don't want to hear about, you know, someone's mental health issues and their fears and their insecurities. But I think that it's a really real thing for people, and I know I'm not the only one. So yeah, it's kind of weird for me to just like talk and not have like be able to see people, like be able to see chat. But yeah, I have a lot of faith, even though I feel very scared and vulnerable about things at times. That I'm going, in a good path. It's just I'm not as steadfastly strong as people may think I should be. I'm pretty fragile, and I have no hesitation talking about that fragility. It's just that, I gotta focus on my logic, rather than just be paralyzed by emotions. Yeah, it comes down to like it's a lot of feelings. Like I just feel like I really squandered a lot of stuff in my mind, and I can't think about it too much, because when I go back, it's not good. Okay, so let me see over here. Yeah, so let me see over here. It's my face mask thing. So here is this over here. I don't know if you could hear me because I have the it's supposed to be some infrared lights, and it's supposed to help stimulate the skin. Yeah, it's the mask of deep thought. Yeah, it's when you have to just like you can't distract yourself at all. It's like the mask of meditation. So I hope that I have this mask around for many years to come, because it forces me to think within myself for at least 15 minutes a day. And I hope that I continue doing this. And yeah, I'm gonna pack it with me because I think it's good. I know it has been a while. Usually I do two hands, but for today I'd just rather do one hand. So I have a vitamin C serum, and I like putting it on my skin. And I also stay away from the sun. That's basically my skincare routine. No, it's from Dollar Tree. I spoke about this before. See, vitamin C, 1%. You can buy this on Amazon. I think it's about $5 or so. So I don't know how well you could hear me, but I do hope my message came across to you guys in those. That wasn't that longer than, I don't know, in those 15 minutes or so. I did get my skin hopefully refreshed, and then you can see the counter went down to 27 instead of 28. And yeah, so I am just moving forward and just working on that kind of stuff. And yeah, There's something that's very, how would I say it, empowering about just like recognizing my fears and just moving forward, even though I don't feel like the most strongest person in the world. There's something very empowering about just moving forward and then just saying, okay, this is all the stuff that I need to work on and all the stuff that I need to do. And I don't try to beat myself up about things, because beating myself up, as I have learned, has been wisely pointed out to me, does no good to me. Being too emotional does not do any good to me. It's better to just say, to just communicate instead of just like walling up. And yeah, so I think we're at the 20-minute mark. You guys got to see me use a face mask. And think about, just taking time out of your day. Regroup your thoughts, plan out what you wanna have in your life, what kind of person you want to be. And I think as long as you're in touch with yourself, you will be a lot more fulfilled, emotionally and mentally. And I don't want to look back at my life and say I have all these insecurities within me and I didn't do anything about it. I don't want to look back at my life and say, I've neglected myself. And I wish that I did this, when I was younger, when I was in my 30s. Yeah, that's my stomach. I guess I'm hungry. So, yeah, you can see that. Yeah, so I got to eat lunch. And yeah, that's why I've been gaining weight, because I finally have been eating more. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. And you guys take care. I hope that this stream was useful to you guys. And yeah, so I'm going to also be going to, yeah, I'm also going to be flying out to New York later today, and to just declutter my stuff. And I have a plan for it. I got to do it. So I have a plan for it. And I am just, I've already posted a bunch of stuff. So it's, in the time, right? The past couple of days, I've been very strategic. And I got a lot of inspiration from people who I know who are professional sellers. And they were telling me, they were saying, Erica, if you know what you're going to be doing, you might as well plan in advance to get rid of certain things, because you don't want to put it off. You don't want to get too emotional and then just not have it posted up. So if you guys are decluttering, right, I want you guys to do that, okay? Like, post things up if you want to sell it on wherever, right? Offer up, Craigslist, Facebook, whatever. And then that way, even if it doesn't sell right away, you know that the listing is still up there, and then people can show interest. So for instance, right, this is a stupid example. If I wanted to sell this serum, right, just pretend, right, if I want to sell the serum, if I post it on Craigslist or Offer Up or Facebook today, even if no one gets back to me in like 1 week, someone's, at least it's out there. Because if I don't post it up, no one is going to know about it. So that's the whole thing about decluttering and just moving things out. You gotta take initiative. You can't be, you gotta just have like a plan. And that's what I'm doing now. These are like big changes that I've had in my life in terms of how I view myself. Like this, which I never really had before. I'm not used to doing certain things because I've neglected myself for quite some time. And that's why when I actually do invest in myself, it makes me feel a little uncomfortable because I'm not used to doing it. So that's the whole thing about just like building upon habits, and that way it becomes a routine, and then I can build upon that. And then I'm just on autopilot. I look in the mirror maybe one day and I'm like, oh, dang, I look better. Oh, I've accomplished this much. And it's just a series of small little habits that add up. But you cannot be in that position to build upon small habits if you don't even start. And that is the problem with depression. Depression knocks people out sometimes, and then they just completely go back into bad habits, or they don't even realize how much they neglected themselves. And I really don't want you guys to do that at all. Okay? And yeah, so I have to make sure that I eat, make sure that I stay hydrated, make sure that it's kind of like just being very gentle with myself. Make sure that I don't like beat myself up too much. I gotta like try to like cut thoughts and then just say like, okay, refocus, refocus on certain things. And that's been helping me a lot. So yeah, okay. I will talk to you guys again later. Okay. I know I've been saying that a lot. Bad habits. What can I say? But I am trying, and I encourage you guys to try as well. Because as much as I could do a video and say, this is how I am, and this is how I am like 30 days later, and you can see the difference. I rather just show it to you guys in person, and then that way you guys can maybe see like it's not just some edited video where she was sad at one point and then she just bounced back. It's really going to be a progression. Okay.